Hey there, welcome back to my channel. This is Suma Babu, the artist behind Palette Life. Today we are going to talk about 5 things which one should practice or should be aware of before doing a realistic pencil shading. So what all are the points now? So one by one we are going to see it in detail. So the first point is practice more lines and curves. So what does it mean? So you all are aware that the basic of drawing is lines. So we have to be very confident making lines. So you can practice, take a pencil, you can do it anywhere, like even on a newspaper or an used book, or in a white sheet or in your drawing book. So take a pencil and make lines, like it should be long lines, it can be short lines, thick lines, thin lines, all kind of lines. So the main intention of practicing these lines are we should get a good muscle memory. So this can be a warm-up exercise before doing your art practice. You can practice these line drawings. And what about curves? So what are these curves? Curves are simple wavy lines, and the curves we can make it as a pattern. So do more practice of them. So we get a curve in that, isn't it? So these lines and curves are the basics of all the objects we see in nature, man-made, nature-made, whatever it is, or whatever drawing we are going to make. These are the basic lines we get to see. And the second things you should do is practice more basic shapes. So basic shapes in the sense squares, rectangle, triangle, oval, circle, etc. So these are the basic shapes. So what we have to do is take a page and make small circles and big circles and huge circles. Whatever, you can use your fingertip and your wrist and your shoulder to make these circles. Same with all other shapes. So this I have already made as a video, so I am not getting into more detail. So I'll share that link somewhere here so you can check out that. What is the importance of practicing these basic shapes? So if you see anything around you that comes in or it may be in some basic shape category. Suppose you see in the nature, the trees can be like, it's in curvy lines, right? So it can be half circle shape, that the basic shape is half circle, and you get to see the triangle shaped trees, and you get to see the circle shaped trees, and the hills are obviously triangles, and the sun is circle. And look at any things around you in your house, or the leaves or anything, you will get the basic shapes in it. So you have to be familiar with drawing these basic shapes before getting into more detailed version of that. So that is the main intention. So we should have a good muscle memory for that. And the third point one should be aware of is that you should know how to shade properly before doing any kind of realistic portrait or whatever it is in pencil shading. So what does it mean? Shading means just simply fill the colors. Okay. So what you're supposed to do is take one white page and make 5 boxes in it. So this also I have mentioned in that video as a value scale. So this is the point I have to cover because it is connected with the next point. That's why I'm telling it. So I'll show that thing very quickly. So these are the boxes this kind of boxes you have to make, like 5 numbers. So if you see, you can see different grades or I have used different graded pencil to fill these boxes. So this is pure white. I left the page white. I didn't do any shading here in this box. And if you see that this is the lightest and the grade increases. isn't it? So what you have to do is just try to fill this box in same tone, like even tone. If you are doing this this tone here, it should look all over this box same tone. You have to practice it more to get a control over shading. So now after practicing, or after once you get bored, you can try out a few other things too, like making pattern using this grayscale. So I have used, I don't know whether you can see it properly. So I have made different patterns. So here also it's a different pattern all over here. You can make symbol lines to fill that box. You can make dots to fill that box, but make sure the grades are different in each boxes. So that is the practice you should do more. And everybody may be in doubt, what is the use of doing all these practices? For example, for making anything in pencil shading, you may have to shade it, isn't it? So for shading it, you may have to use these value scales. So take a picture of yourself in mobile and convert that into a black and white. So what you get to see in that you may get to see the hair color will be different in black and white. Hair color will be different, that will be the darkest tone, and the eye white will be different tone, the lightest, and you may get different highlights in your face if you are taking it only face. So these will be in grades, isn't it? So the grade tones has to be applied in a sync in that picture to get a realistic portrait. If you are not good at shading evenly, you cannot make a convincing realistic portrait. That is the importance of practicing these all value scales in boxes. So once you reach that stage, if you have enough practice, it will be easy to make a good portrait. So that is the main intention. So you have to practice these three things which I have already mentioned till now, more I would say regularly. So now it comes the fourth point, and the fourth point is observe each and everything intensely in the sense, see, if you are sitting in your house, you get to see so many things around you, isn't it? So each thing is unique. The TV won't look like a cushion, or your cupboard won't look like a tile, or your fan won't look like something else. So these all have uniqueness in their shape. So try to understand that uniqueness and how they look, or what are the different shapes they have, and how to say what is their texture and all. So minutely you have to notice them properly. And even look at us. The texture of the hair will be different, the facial features will be different, and the cloth texture will be different. So everything has uniqueness in that. So we have to observe each and everything in detail. Observe the things, whatever it is, man-made, in nature, whatever you are finding, observe it. You observe the leaves also. Different kind of leaves you get to see. So now moving over to the fifth and the last point, that is the continuation of this fourth point. You should understand the concept of perspective. So perspective means it's a complicated subject. I am not taking into more detail. In this video, I would like to cover the basics of that. So all are having a confused idea of perspective. So for simplifying that, I wanted to show one simple example. So I have this spoon with me. Can you see it properly? And hold this spoon straight in your eye, like eye level. So see, this is the eye level. If I keep it like this, the shape of the spoon, have you noticed? It's something you can see this shape, isn't it? Whatever you can see through this video. Okay, so this is our eye level concept, the perspective. Okay, if you are taking the spoon little above, what you see, your angle will be this. So I just tilted the spoon to show you, to understand the concept. So you can understand now the shape of the spoon is different now. The same spoon, but the perspective, the eye level ka upar, it is different, isn't it? So this is the above eye level perspective. And if you are taking little down to your eye level, it may be, you may be able to see this part of the spoon. So the same spoon will look different in different perspective. That is the main thing you should understand. It is same with any objects, all the objects, whatever you are seeing. So if you see a tree lying on the ground, the look and feel of the tree will be different comparing to if you are standing and seeing it. So that is the difference. So you should understand that. So as a practice, you can take the symbol object, the same spoon, and keep it in different angle and try to make it. So understand, so that practice of understanding the perspective will be very clear. Now it is the example of a spoon, and you can try any objects from your house. So you should understand this. So that is our fifth and the last point. So these are the 5 basic things you should be aware of before doing any realistic painting. So if you are clear, you will be you won't take much of your time to reach that goal of making realistic painting. Okay, so this video will be continued because I have not even touched the basics. So there is more to it. So I'll be covering in the upcoming videos. So if you have any doubt related to these concepts, so let me know. Hope these 5 points are clear to you. So do more practice of these things whenever you are getting free time, or when or make out time to practice these things. So any doubts you can ask me through comments. So if you have not subscribed the channel yet, please do so, and hit the bell icon so that you will get instant notification whenever I get my new or post my new videos. So hope you like the video. So see you soon with same kind of video in the near future, like within 2-3 days. So until then, take good care of yourself and happy painting. Bye.